So I'm curious about what you think of some of the campaign ads that are running from uh, the campaigns. So I'm going to show you four of them. Cindy's going to bring them up on the screen. Cindy, please tee up the first one. Then we're going to talk about each one for a few minutes.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering health care costs and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
By a show of fingers, who has seen this ad before? None of you. By a show of fingers, did anyone have a particularly positive reaction to the ad? None of you. Anyone have a particularly negative reaction to the ad? Four of you. Kelly, what was negative about it?
I didn't like the fact that he pulled up or mentioned the 34 felonies. I do not agree with that judgment and how that went over. So I just don't want to hear about it anymore at this point. I just think it could have been more positive about what he's doing instead of pointing at fingers about somebody else. I want to hear more about what somebody's going to do instead of pointing the fingers and trying to talk badly about another candidate. That's just annoys me. And then I just want to turn off the TV at this point.
Okay. Sherry?
I agree. One of the big things for me is just the divisiveness of our country right now, and to have a negative ad where the comparison is not even, it just didn't make sense to me.
What didn't make sense?
Well, this guy's a felon. I'm for your family. Like, I didn't like it.
Okay. Ashley?
Yeah, I just think that negative campaigns have run its course with me. I'm getting completely turned off by the constant negative, pointing out of things that I already know. If you can find some new good dirt, maybe you might captivate my attention. But we're just continuing to harp on things that are pretty out there, and so the negative things are not appealing any longer.
Dave, what about you?
Well, it goes with that. It's the negativity and how much you actually believe that he's actually lowered healthcare costs when, I see them all the time and they're not. So.
Got it. Okay. Cindy's going to play the next ad. This is from the other side.
Americans are struggling in Biden's economy, but Biden's ignoring our problems.
Our economy is strong as hell.
He keeps denying reality. Is it dishonesty or dementia? Utility bills are going up. Electricity costs have risen 25% under Biden, and food prices are skyrocketing. Biden's weak. He's failed, and he's dishonest. We had more in our pockets when Trump was president. Make America Great Again, Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
By a show of fingers, who's seen this ad before? None of you. Okay. By a show of fingers, does anybody have a particularly positive reaction to this ad? Ashley, you did. In what way?
Well, just in comparison with other ads, I do like factual statistics brought up as I'm watching campaign ads. So if If you just, I mean, I don't know if they were factual, but I did like statistics. How about that?
Okay, got it. Charles, you like something there too?
Yeah, basically everything Ashley said.
Yeah, I was on the fence about it as well, about I liked the factual piece, if that was accurate.
Okay. Got
I
it.
found it more relatable to what we're experiencing with the economy. It was still a negative ad.
I'm asking about positive reactions. So would you say you had a positive reaction to the ad, Sherry?
Not overall, no. I was kind of meh about it, but I did find it. I don't know if you would call finding the talk of the economy relatable, but maybe in that aspect.
Okay. A show of fingers. Did anybody have a particularly negative reaction to that ad? None of you. Okay. So explain something to me. You didn't like the first ad because Biden was attacking Trump, but you're not negative on the second ad when Trump or MAGA Inc. is attacking Biden?
I didn't see it as an
I felt
attack.
the same way.
I didn't see it as an attack. You know, you got one attacking using a trial. I guess if that's the statistics on the trial, the other one's attacking on under this president. Here are the statistics, and I don't see that as an attack, as more as let me show you the statistics. I that's not how I view an attack ad, I guess.
Okay. Got it. David, you didn't see this as a
Well, I like Ashley. It was more of like actually giving details, whereas, you know, the whole trial with Trump is like, how much do you actually believe that he would actually should have been convicted or not? And this is, you know, and you saw that 24/7 on the news. And this is more of like giving you where things are standing right now with prices and the economy. So feels less attack, but it's still not my, you know, I was kind of like meh about it. So
got it. Okay. Let me show you the second Biden ad.
On January 6th, Donald Trump lit a fire in this country.
140 officers were injured. The siege lasted for 7 hours.
Stoking the flames of division and hate. Now he's pouring gasoline.
They were unbelievable patriots.
Pledging to pardon the extremists who tried to overthrow our government.
We will give them pardons.
Inciting them to try again. There is nothing more sacred than our democracy. But Donald Trump's ready to burn it all down.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
By a show of fingers, who's seen this ad before? None of you. By a show of fingers, did anyone have a particularly positive reaction to this ad? No one did. Anybody have a particularly negative reaction to this ad? One of you, David. What was negative? Two, Kelly. David, what was negative to you about it?
well, the bringing up the whole that it was threatening our democracy when, I mean, if that was an insurrection, that was like the least armed, least, you know, carried out insurrection there probably ever was in the history of insurrections. So it's bringing up something that looked like people were excited about something that got, you know, a few instigators and it got out of hand, and, you know, it was cleaned up. It may have taken a while, but it was cleaned up, and there's no actual threat to the democracy.
Okay. So the ad says 140 officers were injured. That doesn't strike you as a serious threat?
Well, I mean, it depends on how they mean injured. I mean, the guy could have stepped on a rock and twisted his ankle. I mean, it's all in statistics. I don't know that they were attacking cops. I mean, even through some of the trial stuff, I don't know if I ever saw any of that. I mean, there may have been a few, but a few people doing bad things doesn't always instigate a whole, that was a threat to democracy.
Okay, Kelly?
Yeah, again, I just thought it was negative, as far as bringing all that up. Again, I want him to talk and show some things of what he's doing, not point the finger at somebody else. I feel like that's the easy way out. It's negative. Let's be positive. Tell me what you're doing. Show me what you've done in your ad. Not the other way around.
Got it.
I'm sick of it.
I got one more ad to show you. This one from MAGA again.
Whatever the hell they want. I guess I should clear my mind here a little bit.
We can all see Joe Biden's weakness. If Biden wins, can he even survive till 2029? The real question is, can we? Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
By a show of fingers, who's seen this ad before? None of you've seen it. Okay. By a show of fingers, does anyone have a particularly positive reaction to this ad? Charles, you did. In what way?
It just kind of showed that his mental state isn't being exaggerated. It's like, something that you could see, on multiple occasions.
Okay.
And his physical health.
By a show of fingers, did anyone have a particularly negative reaction to the ad? Kelly, Sherry, and David. 3 of you. Sherry, what was negative?
I thought it was horrible. We know those things about him, but we don't need that in an advertisement. I mean, it is one of the concerns of him winning again, sure. But it just made me sick that they would use that as an advertisement, a campaign advertisement.
Kelly, what about you?
Yeah, again, just, as I've been saying all along, they're just pointing the finger. At least do a comparison side by side. Or tell me what you're doing. What they're showing is something that I already knew. So, I want to see some more positivity. We need it now.
David?
Well, I want to see more of what Trump's plans are for moving things ahead instead of, like they said, pointing out the obvious with what we've all seen from Biden, tripping and stumbling on his words, and just seems like there's something missing there.
Okay. I want you to think back to all 4 ads that you saw. Which one of them are you likeliest to remember tomorrow morning? You get up and brush your teeth. Let's just stop and think for a second. I'm going to call on each of you. Which of those 4 are you going to remember tomorrow morning? Everybody have one?
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, which one are you going to remember tomorrow morning?
I'll probably look back at the second one where that was more of the statistical one. Just because that was I guess out of the 4 evils, that was the one that I probably, thought was the least evil out of them all.
Okay, so it's the first
Or
Trump.
negative.
So it's the first Trump ad.
Yeah.
Okay. Charles, what about you?
The second ad.
The one that Kelly referenced?
Yes.
Okay. Sherry?
Probably the 4th one, but for a negative reason. I had the strongest reaction to that ad.
Okay. Ashley?
Yeah, the last Biden ad.
Second Biden ad.
I'm sorry, the last Trump ad. The one where it showed Joe Biden
Tripping in public. Okay.
yeah, being clumsy and and Kamala laughing. That stuck in my head.
David?
Yeah, it's number 4 sticks in for nightmare reasons, and number 2 more for like the statistic,
Got it.
That one was like, it sticks in more for the least negativity out of it. I mean, it felt like the least mudslinging and negativity out of all of them.
Okay. Thank you. So I'm curious what you think of some campaign ads that are running from the Trump and Biden teams. I'm going to show them to you. We're going to alternate back and forth. We're going to start with a Biden ad. Okay, Cindy's going to put it up on the screen. Just watch it, and I'm going to ask you about it afterwards. Okay.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering health care costs and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
By a show of fingers, who's seen this ad before? Janelle, you saw it?
Not that one specifically, but I feel like that's the one that comes out every year for every president. They bash each other.
No. Hang on a second. No.
Just that one?
No. I'm not asking about a generic ad contrasting one candidate against another. I'm talking about that ad.
Oh, no.
Okay. So none of you have seen that ad. Show of fingers. Do any of you have a particularly positive reaction to that ad? One, Anthony. In what way?
It seems optimistic and somewhat accurate.
What's optimistic about it?
Creating more jobs. He just seems like he's for the people.
Okay. Did anybody have a particularly negative reaction to this ad? 4 of you did. Okay. Carrie, what was your reaction? Why'd you feel that way?
Oh, just the fact that they're actually describing kind of in detail his crimes, and then they made him the front runner again. Trump. So it gave me a negative opinion about Trump running.
It gave you a negative feeling about Trump running.
Yes.
Okay. But in terms of how you felt about Biden, what was your reaction?
I mean, it was kind of neutral. So I didn't have a negative reaction about Biden. The negative part was Trump. I mean, it definitely gave me like I said, lesser of two evils feel if it was between Biden and Trump.
Got it. Okay. Who else had a negative reaction to the ad? Fadila, why?
Because it says that, I mean, the first part about describing Trump and all that stuff is just pitiful, but it's politics. And then the second part where he's saying that he's for the people, he's not for the people. He's not listening to the people. Now he's listening to the people because of the election, but he's not listening to people, and people don't like him. So,
Janelle, what was negative about the ad?
It was just very bashful towards Trump, even though I'm not for him. I just don't think it was a very educational commercial or ad that's like, oh, hey, yeah, I want one of them. It was just more so, it was just not good for me.
Okay. It's not good for you. Why? I'm a little confused.
I would prefer to see something that's not more so of like, oh, hey, but I mean, I know that's politics, but it's just for me, I would rather see something like, hey, I'm Trump, or hey, I'm Biden, I want to do this for our community, instead of saying, hey, that person over there sucks, he's not good, but hey, look at me, just look at me. I didn't see much education on it or just anything.
Got it. Okay. Let me go on to the second ad, just interest of time. This is from Make America Great Again PAC.
Americans are struggling in Biden's economy, but Biden's ignoring our problems.
Our economy is strong as hell.
He keeps denying reality. Is it dishonesty or dementia? Utility bills are going up. Electricity costs have risen 25% under Biden, and food prices are skyrocketing. Biden's weak. He's failed, and he's dishonest. We had more in our pockets when Trump was president. Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
A show of fingers, who's seen this ad before? None of you. Okay. Anyone have a particularly positive reaction to this ad? Risa, Janelli, 2. Carissa, in what way?
I liked how he came in and stated that under his administration we were in a better economic situation as far as groceries, utilities, and things were more affordable. So I do like that, and he didn't go straight to bashing anyone. He kind of focused on what was up under his administration during his time.
Okay. Janelli?
The same. I liked how it was just more so of him stating the facts, and it also, I think from one clip that I saw, he stated that it was from the Wall Street Journal, I believe. So he has some resources backing his information up instead of it just being a bashful ad. But I do have a question about the ads. Are those ads actually coming out on TV? Like those are being put out there like on YouTube and stuff like that for us to see, or is it just something that was given to you?
These are real ads. Janelli, when you use the word bashful, what do you mean?
I think I may have used it wrong. He wasn't bashing like right the way Biden's ad was.
Oh, so you
But I
don't
think
mean
I used the word bashful wrong.
okay, you mean yeah. You don't mean bashful like shy.
Yeah, that's not what I meant.
So you're bashing, like attacking.
Yes.
Got it.
Sorry.
Okay, no, that's all right. I just want to clarify. I want to make sure I don't misunderstand you. Okay. Anybody have a particularly negative reaction to this ad? 3 of you. Carrie, why?
I feel it was attacking. I mean, it's a time of inflation. So for him to just state that the cost of everything is going up, that's what happens in an inflated economy. It's not anything, I guess, in particular that I felt that Biden did. And also, I mean, when he's talking about that there was more economic stability when he was president, no, there was. Yeah, for the rich.
Got it. Okay. Anthony?
Same thing. I mean, the quote at the end, the economy was better under Trump, and it was from The Hill, which is a super right-wing publication. Not like a publication that I would trust, just somebody saying the economy was better under Trump, because it wasn't.
Okay. Got it. Let's go on to the third ad. This is another one from Biden's campaign.
On January 6th, Donald Trump lit a fire in this country.
140 officers were injured. The siege lasted for 7 hours.
Stoking the flames of division and hate. Now he's pouring gasoline.
They were unbelievable patriots.
Pledging to pardon the extremists who tried to overthrow our government.
We will give them pardons.
Inciting them to try again. There is nothing more sacred than our democracy. But Donald Trump's ready to burn it all down.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Show of fingers, who's seen this ad before? Carissa, you saw it? Okay. Show of fingers, anybody have a particularly positive reaction to the ad? None of you did. They want to have a particularly negative reaction to the ad. Yeah, what was it?
I just him talking, I mean, these ads are wholly different how he actually talks in person. These ads are more Donald Trump's ads than Biden's control, for his campaign ads.
Wait, hold on a second. These are ads sponsored by Biden. How do you mean this?
I know, but it's what I don't like about it is the way he goes about it, because that's not how he goes. It's usually Trump that does these type of things. So my answer is I didn't like the content and the voice and where the ad led to of negative. Speaking of Donald Trump negatively, instead of saying what he's gonna do for the country to be voting for him.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Let me show you one last ad. This is from the Make America Great Again pack.
Whatever the hell they want. I guess I should clear my mind here a little bit.
We can all see Joe Biden's weakness. If Biden wins, can he even survive till 2029? The real question is, can we? Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
All right, show of fingers. Who's seen this ad before? Risa, you saw this too. Did anybody have a particularly positive reaction to this ad? Kara, you did? How so?
Because it was humorous to me. So it was just like, I don't know if it's a good or a bad reaction. It made me laugh because it was kind of like, suggesting that Joe Biden is completely senile and that he's gonna die if he wins again. So while I will say that the most positive thing I could say was that at least it's not his rash attack and his normal type of advertising. It's just kind of showing him being broken and old, but it's not attacking his character and it's not, being vicious.
You don't think that ad is vicious?
No, like I said, I found it humorous.
Okay, got it. Did anyone have a particularly negative reaction to that ad? None of you. Okay. Last question for all 5 of you. Think back to all 4 ads. Which one of them are you likeliest to remember tomorrow morning when you're brushing your teeth? Okay.
The last one.
Okay. Show of fingers. Who would say the last one? For all 5 of you. Okay.